Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Career Mode. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading in the past week, but school is almost over. My finals are next week, and after that, hopefully I can get back to daily uploads and maybe even 2 episodes a day if we are lucky. But first up in this episode, I'm going to show you guys a squad report because it's been quite a while since I've shown you how they are doing. And the first up is Alphonse Arela, up 3 points to a 71. Dwight Tiendali is up 1 point to a 71. Joris Okore is up 2 points to a 77. Juan Jesus is up 3 points to an 81. Next up, Grimaldo is up 2 to a 72. Very impressive for the 18-year-old. Jose Rodriguez is up 4 to a 73. The young Brazilian Lucas Silva is up 3 points to a 75. Christian Atsu is up 2 points to an 80 overall. Tony Vilhena is up 3 points to a 73. And the man himself, Jesse Rodriguez, is up 3 to a 78 overall, and that is just the beginning for the young Spaniard. Leandro is up 3 points to a 77. He is also turning out to be quite a signing. Wayne Routledge has not grown at all. He is staying at a 74 overall, and he is 29, so he's probably not going to progress any farther. Kyle Bartley is up 1 point to a 73. Kimi Augustine is up 1 point to a 72. Tom Roberts is up 4 points to a 68. Jerome Lumu has grown 2 points to a 67 overall. Jetro Willems has not grown at all. He is at a 73. Jody Lukoki has gone up 1 point to a 72. 16-year-old Clarence Slade has not grown at all. He is now at a 60 overall. Sam Gordon has grown 2 to a 66. João Cancelo has grown 2 to a 72. The unused Ben Davis has gone up 2 points. He is now at a 68 overall. Semed Yesel has grown 3 points, and he is at a 71. Tom Carroll has grown 2 points. He is at a 76 overall. Pablo Sarabia has grown 2. He is at a 76. Muniain has grown 1 point. He is at an 80. Curtis Obing has grown 3. He is at a 70. And the rest are players that we really don't use or are out on loan. And so we're not really going to take a closer look at their stats and overall ratings. Instead, we are going to shift our focus to this next FA Cup game against Burnley. And I don't think they are a very good team. They're either in the Championship or in the League One, and so we should win this game quite handily with quite a few goals scored against our opponents. But like I've said before, we can't always be sure, and they could put up quite a fight against us, even though we are the favored side. And right away, we go on the attack. Tom Carroll giving this ball to Kimi Augustine. Augustine feeds it to Sam Gordon, and he buries that into the back of the net in the 18th minute, and we are up 1-0. And just when we were on the ascendancy, right before halftime, tragedy strikes and Sam Gordon goes down with a serious injury. He lays on the ground, rolling around in pain, and I know that this is bad news. He is one of our rising stars, and so we have to take him off, and luckily we have Jerome Lumu on the bench to take his place, and we go into halftime ahead 1-0, but a horrible giveaway in their attacking third leads to trouble, and they put that one into the back of the net after a horrible attempt at a save from Arela, and we are all level. But Burnley weren't done humiliating us, and after a deft backheel, he is through on goal, and he should really put this one into the back of the net, but it bounces off of the post, and the rebound is, of course, offside. We were very, very lucky there. Sun Young Ki gives this to Kimi Augustine, but he puts that one very, very wide. A horrible shot, to be honest, and then Wayne Routledge tries to get us back in the game, but he also puts that one wide. The finishing bug had struck again, and somehow Burnley force a replay, but Chelsea beat Millwall to advance in the FA Cup, so they could be one of the opponents that we face later on in the tournament, but we really need to do better against this lower level opposition. We cannot have these draws like we have been having. But we have a broken elbow for Sam Gordon, which will put him out for a couple of months, which isn't as damaging as an injury to Jesse Rodriguez or Leandro or even Jerome Lumu, but he is a player that I want to develop. He's an American, and I want to get some good Americans in the game. And so losing him it puts a little bit of a frown on my face. But next up, we have a game against Birmingham like we did last episode, and hopefully we win this game handily like we did the last time we played. And right away, one of our Dangermen seizes the initiative and brings the game to Birmingham's backline. Cutting inside, he has a shot which is kept out acrobatically by their keeper. And smelling blood, the man himself, J-Rod, Jesse Rodriguez, uses his pace to burn down that left side. He would cut back to lose the defender, cut back inside, dribble around like these are the streets of Madrid, and then power it in at that near post in the 9th minute. We would get our first goal of the game. And then from that goal, Jesse Rodriguez thinks to himself, well, if I can do it once, then I can do it a second time, and goes for an almost carbon copy of his first run, cuts back into the box, and instead of putting it in at that near post, he caresses it into the side netting for his second goal of the game. In the 20th minute, he is on fire. He already has 15 goals to his name this season, and he would soon go for his 16th. He finds himself through on goal, but puts that one over the bar and into the stands. Very unlucky for number 18. This next attack would hopefully put the game to bed, and Tony Vilhena does just that, firing that one in the 31st minute for our third goal of the game. A very nice goal from the young Dutchman. Leandro starts another attack, and Jesse Rodriguez puts that one wide. A very nice passing move right before halftime, and we go into the half leading 3-0. At the half, this game was put to bed, and so we were able to bring on some substitutes, and two of those combined for this next goal. Semen Yesel, even though he hits it against the goalkeeper, gets some luck, and that one bounces into the back of the net in the 50th minute for our fourth goal of the game. Birmingham didn't want to go home empty-handed, and a very dangerous cross would find the head of Leroy Lita, and Birmingham would have their consolation goal, but as it turns out, it would be just that, a consolation, as we would easily win this game 4-1, a great victory for the boys in the league. And after the game, I would get a visit from Dwight Tiendali asking if he could discuss his wages. He feels like he's been doing a good job for the team, and so I have absolutely no problem giving him a little extension and a little bit of a pay bump. But this next game against Burnley is really what we have to have our eye on. This is an absolutely crucial game. We need to regain our honor from that draw that we had last time. We need to absolutely punish our opponent. And so I put out a very strong lineup. I have Jesse Rodriguez and Leandro, as well as Christian Atsu up top. And so that should be more than enough firepower to deal with Burnley. But it would be an unlikely name. Tom Roberts, showing power and determination to give us our first chance of the game, gives that ball to Jesse Rodriguez, and he knows what to do with it, rolls it into the bottom corner, and we have our first goal of the game in the 35th minute, right before halftime, and we go into the half ahead against Burnley 1-0. This is how we need to play our games. But just like before, Burnley showed why they are dangerous, and from this corner, we luckily have that blocked off of the line. And then Christian Atsu shows that his pace has no equal. He will cut that one back inside, and João Cancelo's header is kept out of the back of the net very well from the keeper. But then it would be Clarence Slade, the young American who just signed with our team, gives that ball to Tom Roberts. What a shot. Has enough power to bounce off the hands of the keeper to put this game to bed. But right before the game would end, Juan Jesus is caught with his dick in his hands, and Burnley pull one back in the 90th minute, but that would not be enough to pull them back into the game, and we win this match, this time 2-1. Not the punishment that I wanted, but still a win nonetheless. So we are on in the FA Cup. We are still in the cup, and that is great news. Dwight Tiendali accepts our contract offer, so that is even better news. And given the success of our youth players in the first team as of late, I decided it was time to sign Francois Arnaud to a professional contract, and hopefully he can show some of the promise that I know he has in him and serve as a capable deputy to Alphonse Areola until we can get him out on loan. But next up, we have a game against Fulham, and we need points anywhere we can get them, so we need all 3 points from this match. I hate to say it if we have any Fulham fans out there, but they are not a great team. They have Brian Ruiz and Dimitar Berbatov as their only threats, and we have superior firepower on our side. And so hopefully we can use that to get all 3 points from this game. And one of those players who can turn a match on its head is Christian Atsu, and he is making their backline look like fools, but his shot is somehow held by Fulham's keeper. It would then be Fulham's turn to go on the attack, and of course I have to eat my words because Brian Ruiz puts that one into the back of the net in the 10th minute, and Fulham were ahead. but they had no match for Christian Atsu's pace. He summons the power of a cheetah and then puts that one into the back of the net in the 30th minute, and we were all level. And going into halftime, we knew we played okay, but we really need to take it to that next level if we want to get a win from this match. And just the man to do that is Jesse Rodriguez. Passes that one to Leandro, and somehow this one ends up in the back of the net after some bobbling and bouncing. But I will certainly take a goal anywhere I can get it, and somehow this one crawls into the back of the net. A shot from Brian Ruiz levels everything up, and somehow Arela does not keep that one out of the back of the net, and that is how this game would end 2-2. I'm really disappointed sharing points with Fulham. Alright guys, that is where this episode will end. A like or a subscription is always appreciated, and thanks for being so patient with me, guys. I really haven't had a whole lot of time to put videos out, but that should all change here within the next week as I get done with school. I will be done with school forever, hopefully. This is my last year of college, and so I'm super excited just to be able to just work. I know that sounds crazy to you guys, but that is really how I feel. Alright guys, like I said, a like or a subscription is always appreciated, and I will see you next episode. Alright guys, have a great day. Bye.